What's up, guys? I got another movie review for you. This one's a very, very mainstream movie. It's put out by Sony Pictures. I don't review a lot of like stuff that, well, at least recent stuff that's like huge, big budget, played in the theater kind of movies. But I saw this one in the theater, and I got it as part of one of the horror pack monthly things. And so I was like, well, I'll give it another chance and see if like maybe, because sometimes you watch a movie and you don't like it, and then later on you'll revisit it and it'll, your feelings will have changed. This one is called Priest. It's got Paul Bettany, Maggie Q, and I forget who else in it. I don't know. It's the kind of movie where after you watch it, like 3 days later, you completely forget about the movie. Like, it's not that it's bad. It's just super bland and kind of like samey with a lot of other similar movies. The story is about, it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic world where man and vampire had been at war for a long time, and the church had kind of seized power and trained these like super priest warriors to go out and eliminate the vampires, and they did. So now the church has like an iron fist over mankind, and that's like to me the most interesting part about the movie, and it's not really explored at all. We just know that it becomes clear that the vampires have returned. The church denies that they're back, and one of the priests, who's played by Paul Bettany, goes back out to hunt the vampires against the wishes of the church. So they dispatch a team of priests to go and bring him back, dead or alive. And it just kind of goes from there as he's trying to get to rescue his niece and kill these vampires, and the priests are hunting him down, and the church is just kind of full of shit. So, like I said, it's not that the movie is bad, it's just very forgettable. It's almost like, it just blends in with other movies like Underworld. I can't even think of any of the other ones just because most of them are so forgettable, but there's just nothing that stands out about it. The story is not boring, but it's just kind of like, who cares? It's just not that interesting. The movie's very fast paced, but it still never feels like it's like an awesome adrenaline ride or whatever. It's a horror action hybrid, but it is much more about action than horror. So don't watch this if you're expecting it to be like scary. It's just like an action. It feels more sci-fi actually than horror. I did appreciate the vampire designs. I thought they looked pretty cool. The idea of them was pretty cool, but the way they were executed was pretty poor. This movie has a lot of really bad CGI visual effects, and when that involves like the people that are fighting in the fight scenes, and then it kind of like dampens the fun of the action. And this one doesn't have great action to start with, but the effects really drag it down. Some of the green screen stuff is just, oh my, it's awful. It's really, really bad. It looks like a PlayStation 2 cutscene. I mean, it's really bad. The performances are fine. The movie's very, very serious. It has almost no humor or camp to it at all. And it's, like I said, it's not terrible, but it's just like, who gives a shit? It's just not an interesting or fun movie to watch. Unless you are just like super devoted to CGI and you just love bad CGI, which, I mean, some people do. And this is not bad CGI like Lavalantula or something where you have like people that are doing the best they can with the budget that they have. This is people who had a lot of money, and somehow I don't know how the effects in this made it through. Like, someone should have stopped it and been like, yo, where did all the money go? Because the effects are just really bad in this one, and they're not even bad in a way that you can like laugh at and have fun with. Just, this movie just is no fun whatsoever. It was put out on Blu-ray by Sony, and it looks fantastic, which just all the more makes the effects look bad because the picture is so clear and so sharp. It's got an audio commentary track. It's got some deleted scenes. If you want even more meh, you can watch the deleted scenes. It's got a couple featurettes. Even if you're like a vampire enthusiast, I think you can let this one go unless you're just super, super into mainstream, bland movies. Otherwise, I would skip it and spend your time watching something better. Let me take the hit on this one. I watched it twice. That should be enough for the world. Again, I'm not saying it's a terrible movie. If you love this movie, I'm sorry, but to me it was just very uninteresting and bland. So again, that was Priest. It's 2011, not the Antonio Banderas like drama Priest. So that's the review. Hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully it'll save you from having to watch the movie yourself. Thanks for watching the video, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.